Nice. So let's just start off with a really nice deep breath here. Inhaling and really taking the time to open up through your chest here. Inhaling a maximum volume of air into your chest, and then exhaling and squeezing it all out. Inhaling open, thinking about taking in a big volume of air, thinking about expanding the space between your ribs, thinking about standing up a little bit taller like you're in a balloon and you're inflating, and then exhaling and relaxing down. Beautiful. One last one this time. We're going to inhale our arms up super high and exhale them down. Fantastic. So you have an option to come to either the floor or put your hands on something for some of the exercises we're doing today. I have a little stool next to me so that I can demonstrate them all standing, but it shouldn't be too much of a stretch of the imagination if you are doing them on the floor. So the first thing that we're going to do today is a little bit of thoracic mobility. Taking time to just check in with your body as you do each of these things, making sure that you're being respectful and kind to yourself. I'm going to place my hand down on my stool. It'll be invisible because it will, I just only have so much room within the frame here. But I'm setting up in sort of a tabletop position here with one hand on a stool, and I'm going to reach down with my right elbow. My right hand is on my face here, and then reach up with my right elbow. So taking the time to go all the way to the end of my range of motion here, reaching all the way down and reaching all the way up. As I reach up, I'm twisting to the right. As I reach down, I'm twisting to the left. That's how far down I'm going. If I was on hands and knees, I might even almost be able to reach the floor with that elbow. Let's do a couple more here. Reaching down, reaching up, going back and forth at your own pace, pausing where it feels good and responsible and respectful of your own body. Trying to keep hips square as I reach up with my elbow. There's a tendency for this right hip to open up, but we want to keep the hips square to keep the twist in, through the spine here. One last one. Beautiful. And now we're going to switch sides. I will switch sides like this. Reaching down and reaching up. Beautiful. Thinking about the different ways that you're stretching and you're strengthening as you do this. So reaching down, I can feel some stretches through my back, through my upper and middle back here. I can feel some stretching throughout my spine as I twist. And then reaching up, I can absolutely feel some strengthening as my muscles are working to pull me into this position, as well as some stretching. I'm actually able to feel some stretching through here just because of some workout that I did that got that way too tight. And let's go for two more here. Beautiful. From here, let's go ahead and stand on up. If you came down to the floor, you can do this next part on your knees if it's more convenient. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my arms in a goalpost position where I've got a 90-degree bend through the elbows. Forearms are perpendicular. And my shoulders are even, so I don't have any wonky twisting or turning. We're just 90-degree angles. My thumbs, if you can see them, are actually pointed back to the wall behind me here. And I'm going to draw my thumbs back as far as I can towards the wall. And then rotate, rotate, rotate. So now my pinkies are coming back towards the wall. From the side, you can see I'm not succeeding, right? My pinkies aren't able to go back as far as my thumbs were. My thumbs were able to go pretty far back. But that's the direction that we're going. Back and forth. Taking this to the extent that it's comfortable and enjoyable for you, giving your body a little variety. Nice. And you can pause where you would like to pause and then squeeze a little bit further to come into that position, or you can keep it moving and just going back and forth. You may want to experiment with both to sort of determine the virtues of each method and decide what's right for you on this day. Coming back up so that the hands are high and the elbows are low, take a moment to drop your shoulders down a little bit lower, and then bring your elbows towards each other and elbows apart, and pause here and see if you can bring your elbows back just a little bit further. Elbows in together, and see how far back you can draw those elbows. One last one here. Beautiful. Bring the arms down, take a little shake out, roll out, wiggle. And now I'm going to draw my right arm up towards the ceiling, keeping my right shoulder low, even as I'm reaching my right hand up. Then I'm going to reach down and back and give myself a glorious little tricep stretch here. Seeing how far back in space I can reach with my hand. See if I can draw the elbow back a little bit further. I'm playing with angles to see if I reach my right hand to the right a little bit or to the midline a little bit. How does that change the tricep stretch? If I draw my shoulder up towards my ear or drop it down, how does that change the tricep stretch? Take one last really deep breath here. See if you can settle into that stretch a little bit more. See if you can feel it in your lats. See if you can feel it coming all the way down your body here. And now reach up with both arms, and we'll bend the left arm, reaching down your back here, holding onto the left elbow with the right hand, and helping yourself into that stretch. Taking a moment to play with angles again. Reaching with the left hand to one side and then the other. Drawing your shoulder up and drawing your shoulder down. And taking a few moments to just breathe into it. So seeing if you inhale really deeply and exhale really completely, how that affects the stretching experience as well. Take a moment, reach all the way up, all the way out and down. The next thing we're going to do is a rear delt stretch, but this can stretch all the muscles across your upper back as well. So I'm going to draw my right arm across my body, and then I'm going to use my left hand to help me into the stretch here. Squeezing it over. Then from here, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to draw some circles with it. So almost as though my right fist was a magic marker, and I want to draw a dot. Nice circle here. So experimenting with drawing the hand up and down, across the body a little bit more, dropping the shoulder here. Nice. And let's do the other side. So now my left arm is coming across my body, holding onto it with my right hand, and then settling into the stretch. Take a few moments here to draw some circles. Experimenting with what it feels like to bring the hand up and down and play with the angles of the stretch. Hang out with the hand in one position and drop the left shoulder down. And bring the left shoulder up. Finding those angles that are little treats. And then bringing both arms down, doing a really nice big shoulder circle to reset here. Taking a moment for a couple of neck rolls. And then the next thing we're going to do is a modified eagle arms position, stolen from yoga here. But I'm going to bring my arms straight out to the sides, both arms. And then I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to cross it over top of my left. I'm going to place both hands on my shoulders. Often with this, with eagle arms, this is the modification, and you'll see people pretzel up their arms. So today, let's all go ahead and drop hands down onto shoulders, and we'll find the stretch in this position. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my elbows up just a little bit higher, drop my shoulders down a little bit lower, and press my ears back. Taking a moment to really breathe deeply and even reset. So from here, bringing my elbows up a little bit higher, dropping the shoulders down a little bit further, and pressing my ears back a little bit more. Seeing if you can settle into that position. And then release. Little shake out. Arms out to the side, and we'll do the same thing with the left arm on top this time. So left arm is on top, hands on shoulders, drawing the elbows up higher, shoulders down lower, and pressing ears back. Really nice deep breath here, thinking about lengthening your spine as you do so. And then adjust so that your elbows are coming up higher, shoulders going down lower, and ears pushing back further. Lovely. Take a few more shoulder rolls. And the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to take care of our wrists and forearms here. I'll have my hands in front of my black shirt so you can see them properly, but I'm making fists here, and I'm going to draw a nice gigantic circle with my fists. So pausing in the four corners of the stretch, pausing with your hands coming down, your hands coming all the way to the right here. So if I have my right hand and I'm going towards the pinky side with my hands coming all the way back, pausing there, seeing if you can get a little bit more range of motion, and then moving on to the next corner of the stretch. So with my right hand, this is going towards the thumb side as far as I can go, and then back forward again. Beautiful. Go ahead and reverse direction. Nice. Place fingertips towards each other. And then start squeezing your hands towards each other, touching not only your fingertips, but then down the length of the fingers. And then down the length of the palm. Just as much as feels good here, squeezing together and enjoying that stretch. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful time and you feel refreshed and ready for lunch. Take care, everybody.